an assemblage of strange stuff from 2008. It was a good time for me. So I filled 3 briefcases with the stuff, and look at the colours and look at the differences between them. This is the most extraordinary of the ones. I can't really make out what this is for, because it's Santa Claus inside, in lockdown almost, would you think? It's actually in a little bit of plastic with 3 layers, three compartments, and the yellow liquid can go in between the 3. And when you squeeze it in different places, he does a little dance up and down, which is quite sweet, actually. Up and down, he's turned sideways now. He's got stuck. Come on, Santa, come out of that position. Oh, no. He's sort of going, yes, there we are. Up and down, very strange. But what's this thing for? Well, there's little poppers on the side, so if we pop it into position, it makes a kind of a tray, which I suppose could be used, I don't know, from the bathroom, I think, with a toothbrush and some toothpaste, or a pen in the office, or perhaps, or I don't know what to make of it really. It's a little plastic tray which flattens down, and it's got this little clear picture of Santa dancing around inside. So, and there's nothing else with it. There was no instructions with it. It was just a piece I picked up from somewhere. Oh well, there we are. Life's full of mysteries. This is a wonderful one, which a colleague of mine found in France. It's a block of matches, basically. It's 100 there. It's 10 here by 10 here, all nearly cut, but not quite cut through. And all the actual red stuff is on top, ready for you to light it. There's actually a striking point here. So you take a match off and strike it in here, and you light your pipe or cigarette or whatever it is. I thought of doing something more daring and putting this on a big station. We'll have a conflagration, wouldn't we? It's a very pretty little idea. It's a French company. What do they call themselves? Pyrenees, Design Pyrenees. It comes in a box like that. So most original. And you see some of the matches have lost their heads by now. Well, it's been used and admired by a lot of people. So it's one of those things that happens. But there we are. It's a very unusual piece of architecture and design by our French company. There's a charming little wind-up here. I must show you. This one here is just beautiful. It's does an action like that, and then he flops down and does a split, and then does it again. Give him a bit more wind and see if he can do it at least 2 cycles. I love that way he gets back up to his feet again and caps up again, and then jig, 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 jig. Just about enough to do 1 cycle, I think. Let's turn him sideways as well, because oh no, he falls over that way. What about the back of him? Well, anyway, that's a lot of fun. That it's doing an action which I've never seen before, with a little mini wind-up, long running motor, and it's extraordinary how well it performs. So a good one, that. There's an extraordinary thing here which I really can't get my head around. It's diesel for life, finally legalized, fuel for life. It's supposed to be a little perfume thing, and when you lift up like that, there's a tiny little hole there, and when you squeeze the middle here, which is a little bit thick, it's got a little sachet there which gives a tiny bit of, yes, a little bit of perfume that comes out of the hole there. I'm not really quite sure what's going on there, but I'll see if I can get it into focus and see if you can make more of it yourself. Oops. And squeeze there, and a little bit of tiny little hole there, but a bit of a blast, a small current of air comes out there, which is heavily perfumed, and then you close it up like that, put it back in your pocket again. Well, that's bizarre, isn't it? One of those things. And the last item is something I'm not familiar with at all, but anyone who does any sport would always have one of these to hand. But it's very nifty. You put this on your belt. When you need to mop your brow, that's what you've got. So you've got a handkerchief attached to this so you don't lose it. And you can leave it dangling while you're completing your run or your tennis match or whatever you're playing with. Very, very neat. And it's got air holes here. It's a kind of string preservation, a string bag at the end, so it can evaporate the sweat that you've put on it by rubbing your fevered brow. That's a very, very neat little gadget for people who do a lot of exercises, which I suppose people doing it will be familiar with, but I'm not, so I'm enjoying how well it's designed it is. So it was a good year, 2008. I shall see if I can find some more.